Imagine the heart of a star, a place where atoms are forged in unimaginable heat and pressure. For eons, this stellar fire was a distant wonder. But in the 20th century, we brought that fire to Earth. We learned to unlock the energy binding the universe together, gaining a power both creative and destructive. A nuclear weapon isn't just another bomb, it harnesses the fundamental forces of the cosmos, tapping the energy hidden in the atom's core. For most of history, we used chemical reactions gentle compared to the shattering force of a nuclear reaction. Einstein's equation, E=mc2, revealed that a tiny bit of mass could unleash a cataclysmic amount of energy. This is the Promethean fire. We unleashed a power that can consume the world. The danger isn't just the blast, but the radioactive legacy left behind, poisoning land, water, and air for generations. Nuclear weapons attack not just cities, but the future itself. Understanding this power is essential for our survival. At their core, nuclear weapons use two cosmic processes, fission and fusion. Fission splits heavy atoms like uranium or plutonium, releasing immense energy. Fusion, the process powering the sun, merges light atoms, releasing even more energy. One bomb breaks atoms apart, the other fuses them together. Both can vaporize a city in an instant. This is the stark reality of the atomic age, the fire of the stars, now in human hands. Building a nuclear weapon starts with rare materials uranium-235 and plutonium-239. Natural uranium contains little U-235, so it must be painstakingly enriched, often with massive centrifuges. Once enough fissile material is gathered, the challenge is to trigger a chain reaction. The simplest design, used at Hiroshima, fires two subcritical uranium pieces together to form a supercritical mass. A more advanced method, used at Nagasaki, surrounds a plutonium core with explosives, compressing it to trigger fission. The chain reaction begins with a single neutron splitting an atom, releasing energy and more neutrons, an exponential cascade in a fraction of a second. This is the fission bomb. But humanity went further, creating the fusion, or hydrogen bomb. A fusion bomb uses a fission explosion to ignite a second stage, fusing hydrogen isotopes under immense heat and pressure. The result, a man-made star, burning for a split second on Earth. Fusion bombs are vastly more powerful than fission bombs. These designs transformed warfare and global politics forever. The science is breathtaking and terrifying. We have mastered the forces that power the universe, but at what cost? After the atomic age began, the secret of the bomb spread quickly. Today, 9 nations possess nuclear weapons: the United States, Russia, the UK, France, China, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea. The US and Russia hold over 90% of the world's arsenal, thousands of warheads each. Other nations have smaller but still devastating stockpiles. India and Pakistan's rivalry adds volatility. Israel maintains ambiguity. North Korea's unpredictability fuels global tension. The numbers are staggering. Over 12,000 nuclear weapons exist today. Each is a potential city destroyer, a spark for global catastrophe. The fate of humanity rests in the hands of a few. The world lives under the shadow of these weapons. The atomic age is far from over. The story of nuclear weapons is a human story, marked by the devastation of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. On August 6, 1945, the U.S. dropped Little Boy on Hiroshima, vaporizing the city in a blinding flash. The blast flattened everything for miles, and a firestorm consumed what remained. Tens of thousands died instantly. Many more suffered from burns and radiation. 3 days later, Fat Man struck Nagasaki, causing similar destruction and death. The bomb's impact went beyond the immediate. Radiation sickness, cancers, and birth defects haunted survivors for years. The psychological scars were deep, and the world was forced to confront the horror of nuclear war. Hiroshima and Nagasaki became symbols of our capacity for self-destruction. The atomic age began not with a battle, but with an execution. The world would never be the same. The power to end civilization was now real, and it could not be forgotten. What if a modern nuclear weapon detonated over a city today? A blinding flash would cause instant blindness and ignite fires miles away. The blast wave would flatten buildings, hurl debris, and make survival impossible near ground zero. Infrastructure, hospitals, power, communications would vanish in seconds. Radiation would kill instantly and poison survivors for years. Fallout would spread deadly dust over hundreds of miles, rendering regions uninhabitable. An electromagnetic pulse would fry electronics, collapsing the power grid and modern life. Civilization would be thrown back centuries, unprepared to survive. The humanitarian disaster would be beyond response. The horror is not just theoretical, it is a real, ever-present risk. the consequences would echo for generations. This is the reality we must face. The unimaginable is possible. How do we live with such power? For decades, the answer has been mutual assured destruction. MAD. If both sides can retaliate after a first strike, neither dares to start a nuclear war. This balance relies on the nuclear triad: land-based missiles, submarines, and bombers. Each ensures a second strike capability, making total war suicidal. Treaties like the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and arms reduction agreements have tried to limit the threat, but many agreements have weakened, and new technologies threaten stability. We are the only species able to comprehend and control such destructive power. Nuclear weapons are everyone's concern, not just for leaders and generals. They test our maturity as a species. Can we manage the fire we stole from the stars? Our survival depends on understanding and restraint. The future of humanity is in our hands.